The federal government just shut down. It's happened before, in fact, several times over the past 50 years. Sometimes for as little as a day, sometimes it's dragged on for weeks. Congress appropriates money for the federal government, typically through a fiscal year, which runs to the end of September. And if it doesn't appropriate more money, then the government has to shut down. And the most recent shutdown in 2018 into 2019 was the longest on record, lasting more than a month. That was only a partial shutdown. Some agencies remained open, but even so, it was tremendously disruptive. We saw lines at food banks as federal workers who were working without paychecks waited in order to get food assistance. In terms of the economic impact, I think we can kind of think of this in three buckets. The first, and in some ways the most significant, is hundreds of thousands of federal workers will be furloughed, and those who continue working will have to do so without pay, at least for the duration of the shutdown. For the macroeconomy, for total unemployment, for total spending, the impacts, at least in past episodes, have been relatively minor. Federal workers eventually do get back pay for the period that they miss. But there's a third category as well, which is that one of the things that is shutting down is our economic data collection. We're not going to get data on the labor market, on inflation, on spending. And that has a real impact, particularly for officials at the Federal Reserve who are trying to sort through what is happening with the economy right now, trying to weigh the conflicting forces of unemployment and inflation. And if they don't have the data that they need to make good decisions, the risks are greater that they make an error and that we end up with higher unemployment or faster inflation than we otherwise would. We have no idea how long this shutdown is going to last, but the last few shutdowns have been a bit longer than average, and the longer it goes on, the more significant the impacts will be, both for the workers and for the economy as a whole.